know, I want to say in this video that I feel pretty good. And the reason why I feel pretty good centers around a video, excuse me, a tweet that I have received today dealing with one Massey Jackson and how he was at a local McDonald's there in Ferguson, and some of the black people confronted him, and why they confronted Massey Jackson. They pretty much said to him everything that I've been saying in these videos. And I looked at this video clip and I put the link in the box. You got to go look at it for yourself. And when I looked at this video clip and how these black folks were telling Massey Jackson to leave, I felt very proud. And it also let me know that there's a small glimmer of hope. There are people who are beginning to wake up and see this for what it is. They're beginning to see that these so-called civil rights Negroes, a host of black pastors and preachers, many of your black churches, many of these so-called civic groups have basically failed black people. And I've been saying this, and others have been saying this for the longest. And when I seen that video clip of those folks, those black folks confronting Massey Jackson, I felt very proud. And that let me know that, you know what, there's a small glimmer of hope. But then as soon as I got excited over the fact that I seen some black folks waking up and seeing this bullshit for what it is, I was immediately cast back down when I got a glimmer of this Nicki Minaj video. And as I watched this outright buffoonery, the question that came to my mind was, where are black women on this? I mean, again, and I have to preface my comments when I say black women, I'm not talking about ghetto hood rats. I'm not talking about your, women in the hood who have dropped out of high school, don't even have a GED, 4 or 5 babies on welfare. I'm not talking about them type of women. We know why they gravitate towards your Nicki Minaj's. We understand that. That's not the group of women that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the silence of your most educated group in American culture. Black females who have college degrees, advanced college degrees, good jobs, making good money, and they sit by and they don't say a word about this outright buffoonery. Some of these sisters will actually say, well, I don't listen to Nicki Minaj, so that don't represent me. She does represent you, whether you listen to it or not. When you look at what she does on the world stage and her outright buffoonery, and her buffoonery is broadcasted to the proverbial 4 corners of the globe. Everybody all over the globe can look and see her outright buffoonery and how she breathes fresh life into ancient stereotypes about black female sexuality. Yet your most educated group in American culture sits idly by, twiddling their thumbs, saying nothing about her outright buffoonery. And because I can't really deal with this subject the way I want to, those of y'all who already know, when I announced that I was going to do this subject, I was going to talk about this, you had to know that I was going to do a private video on it. Because you also had to know that the only way that I could deal with this subject the way it needs to be dealt with is in a private video. So there is a private video on Nicki Minaj and black female silence. And you already know. Send me an email, I'll send you the link. That's how I'm going to do that. Because I understand if I deal with this subject the way it needs to be dealt with, a lot of people are going to be butthurt. And I understand this. Because when you look at Nicki Minaj, or when I look at Nicki, I'm reminded of Sarah Bartman. And I've done videos on this, I've talked about it, I wrote blogs on this. And if you don't know who Sarah Bartman was, the Hottentot Venus, I strongly suggest you go look it up. And when you go look up Sarah Bartman and you find out what happened to this sister and how she was manipulated and mistreated all because she had a very large ass. And they had never seen, she was captured by a guy from France who manipulated her and tricked her, got her to go back to France with him. And eventually she wound up in a cage where people would pay money to come view this large ass. It's such a big ass. We've never seen an ass this big before. So we're going to pay to see this. They treated her like a circus animal because she had a big ass. And when you understand and put the story of Sarah Bartman in context, what is the difference with Nicki Minaj and other booty models that you have on the scene today? What's the difference? These sisters are glorying in the fact that they have a big butt. And this is what gets them over. Nicki Minaj can't sing a lick. But because of the fact she has a big ass, whether it's real or fake, I don't care. This is what gets her over, and people will pay to come see that ass. So essentially, she is no different than Sarah Bartman. The only difference being is she's not in a cage. And you would think that your most educated group in American culture, black females, you would think that they would understand this. Because some of these sisters have advanced degrees. Some of these sisters have studied history. Some of these sisters have studied sociology. Some of these sisters have went and studied this stuff. So I know they have to know about it. But yet and still you hear nothing from this group. Nothing at all. They sit idly by while this female degrades not only herself, but the image of black women. And she does all of this with a black female sitting in the White House. I mean, it's amazing to me. And I'm going to pull back. I'm going to pull back because I'm feeling myself, going down there, putting the hammer down. I'm putting my foot on that pedal, and I don't want to do that in this public video. So I'm going to pull back. Have to remind myself. So slow down, Mike. Don't go too hard yet. Do that in the private video. Because I want y'all to understand this when you look at it. And I want y'all to grasp because I've been telling y'all, but now I'm going to show you. I'm going to paint the picture for you so you just simply cannot miss it. When you look at these Negroes who run around here on YouTube and on social media, and they are so butthurt because they have people who have different opinions. I'm going to show you this. I want you to grasp this. And what they will do is when you have a person who have a different opinion, they will call that person a coon. And the term coon has lost its meaning because now in 2014, a coon is simply somebody that I disagree with. So if I disagree with you ideologically, religiously, socially, if we have different views and we can't see eye to eye, you're a coon. If you express those opinions, you're cooning. This has nothing to do with the historical meaning of the term, but this is what the Negroes have done. You're a coon Not that you sell dope to your own people, not that you rob your own people, not that you shoot and kill your own people, not that you molest children, not that you run around here climbing in their window when they're not at home trying to steal their stuff. You have done none of that. All you have is a different opinion. And because of that, you're a coon. According to the Negroes in 2014, which again, like I said, takes away from the meaning of the historical word. Because when you look at the word in context, the people that they are not calling coons are your coons. When you look at the historical meaning of the word. This is the reason why I don't understand why these Negroes don't call Nicki Minaj a coon. How does she get passed by from being called a coon? Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, Chief Keef. I mean, I can name these Negroes all day long. Yet you don't hear them calling these individuals coons. And this is most problematic for the Negro, because what he will do is, if he disagrees with you, because he can't deconstruct whatever position you're putting forth, the last thing that he's going to do is call you names, because that's the waving of the white flag. I can't put together a logical, coherent argument against what you're saying, so therefore you're a coon. I can't deconstruct your position, so you're a sellout. I can't say anything against what you're saying to give a counterpoint to the points that you bring up, so therefore you're a black buffoon. This is what the Negro does. But then you have Nicki Minaj. I mean, come on now. Look, let us reason together. Look. It's serious. Look, let us reason together. How do you Negroes not call Nicki Minaj a coon? How did she get bypassed from being called a coon? Why is no one saying that this chick is a coon? When you look at the things that she do on the world stage, and if you understand the tragic story of Sarah Baartman, again, this is a story that I believe every black female should read and study upon. If she has daughters, she should force her daughters to read this story, and then she should force her daughter to write her a paper on it. As a matter of fact, the mother should write a paper on it too, because they're just as bad as you young girls. You got to understand what happened to this sister. Because if you understand Sarah Baartman, you understand that when this woman, because of her large ass, when she died, you had doctors who surgically removed her ass and put it in pickle jars because they wanted to study it. They have never seen an ass this big. This woman died living like a caged animal because she had a big butt. Now you got black women in 2014 parading around in public and private, taking glory in the fact that the only thing they have to offer is a large ass. You see them on Facebook taking pictures from the side, or they turned around backwards. If they're in the club, you can see them in the bathroom taking pictures in the bathroom mirror showing their ass. If you get a group of them, it's 5 girls, it's girls' night out, and you take a picture of them, all of them are going to be turned around backwards, showing you their ass. Which says that they clearly don't understand this tragic story of this female. And the only reason why Nicki Minaj is where she is because of the size of her ass. Whether it's real or fake, I don't care. The fact of the matter is that she breathes fresh, negative light into stereotypes about black females, and you got black women, college educated, advanced degrees, sitting back, remaining silent. And I'm going to tell y'all why in this private video. I'm going to tell you why your college educated, professional black females love Nicki Minaj. I'm going to tell you why in this video. But see, if I dealt with this in a public video, we already know what would be the demise of that video. So therefore, I'm just letting y'all know, again, that it's private. And you know how we do. You send me an email, because I might even post it on my site. I don't know yet, but up until right now, send me an email, ask me how I'm going to do it. I'll send you the link. Simple as that. But this is just the perfunctory dealing with this subject. Because I'm going to deal with all of this and more in that private video. Because it's amazing that this sister gets a pass and she is an outright buffoon, a clown in black. And I can't even, hell, I can't even call her a clown in blackface because you're not black. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she I guess she got the disease that Michael Jackson had, but you know, I can't even call her a clown in blackface. I have to just call her a clown, a minstrel. I can call her a minstrel, a buffoon, a cut up, most certainly a shine. And she runs around on the world stage. Her influence and who sees and watches her buffoonery is all over the globe. Yet and still, you got Negroes who would rather spend their time arguing back and forth with people on YouTube that they've never met, will never meet, who just happen to have a different opinion than them. But they are just so important. I just got to deal with them because they are the chief problem in the black community. Meanwhile, you got this heifer. Worldwide recognition. All over the globe. That video is receiving so much hits simply because of the fact that, you know, again, all the women on there is bouncing around shaking their ass. I'm going to deal with this. I'm telling you, I'm going to explain to you in no uncertain terms in this private video why your college-educated, professional black women love Nicki Minaj. And the reason why they will not go after her, will not boycott her, will not try to, you know, won't do anything. They'll sit back and, you know, let her do what she do. And you may have noticed that in this video here, when I didn't really even deal with black men. They're for the private video. Because they play a part too. But I'm going to deal with them in that private video as well. Because I know if I go in and start on them, it's going to get heated. So I'm going to just hold off and wait. And if y'all want to know why I haven't said anything about black men, because I know what a sister going to say. Well, them brothers, they looking at me because her ass is big too. You ain't say nothing about them. Oh, wait a minute, sister. No. I ain't say nothing about them in this video. I will deal with them in private video. Because at the end of the day, it is